And you're welcome back to Kicking It with Nairobet. To be part of the conversation, you know what to do. Follow the roads, the yellow rabbit when we say the waka under the line, and you will see where we say all the website, all the links, and where you fit in relate with us like Kate. But first, I said I have melanin popping. Let me start from the corner. The man in green is called Onokala Onyebuchi, aka the Laba fart now.
Now green be this.
It's green now.
It's not lemon.
It's lime green.
It looks like lemon. But it's nice to be here, so finally. After like 1 year, I don't invite me. It's nice to be here.
Better drink our cup of water first.
Oh, I like water die.
Drink and first. Thank you so much.
Water sweet, chow. Water sweet.
That's Buchi right there, Laba. I'm going to come to regular customer. You know him already. You be highlight for the week. What's popping, man?
I'm great. I've totally enjoyed the weekend. It's great football. It's been a long time I actually sat for a whole Saturday and just watched football. This was the first time in maybe 2 years, and that's interesting because I'm a broadcaster, but I actually enjoyed it. Yeah.
So. In other words, he's saying he's single and searching. Moving forward, to the man who is called the Silver Fox on some level, probably the silver for your baby.
I don't know about Silver Fox.
I don't know about that too.
Older than I am.
But you have the grey and the Mr. Nnamdi Awakalu. Did I pronounce it properly?
Nnamdi Awakalu.
Awakalu.
Yeah.
Awakalu.
Okay.
Yes.
You see why we say no good to do. Why shoot your shot? Nnamdi, what's popping, man? Highlight for
I'm
the
good,
week.
man. 6 points out of 6. 2 games in. The Arsenal's flying. The coach is bedding in. We have Gabriel at the back. Come on, man. Say less.
I don't think I'm going to enjoy this episode.
Nobody's talking about football like saying I
think I'm going to enjoy
it. I mean, let me focus. Buchi, I know both of you are our Laba. Let me say Laba, right? I'm so used
Laba
to
is better, man.
Laba
That's
is better.
Not be Laba, it's Laba.
La.
You have to put the bars to it.
Okay, so Laba.
Yes. So
I'm going to
don't spoil them. I beg. On my brand.
I know we'll spoil them again.
Thank you.
Laba.
Okay.
I'm going to direct this question to you first of all.
Why now? Because they are fat pass.
Probably because now you did to my left pass, so that may not be like say
Don't fatty shame me.
I won't fat shame.
Let's go.
As it is, I feel like what's happening to Frank Lampard is like what's happening to Ozo and Nengi when you keep chasing and then you don't want to change your pattern for the chase and you are not getting a positive result and matter the cast. So looking at the game that just played out with Chelsea and Liverpool, what do you think went wrong for Lampard? Was he just outclassed or not just saying no get sense, we should never learn lesson?
I feel say Lampard no get sense because I plan good chess when no love myself for Gato. But I like Lampard. Lampard a fantastic manager. On a good day. Good player, fantastic. But from the one I talk about the one you follow me. Lampard is just there. Like your normal average English manager. I'll say 247. English players are overrated. Their managers too are overrated. They don't really know the basic, the sweet science of football. So they make a use to travel go small. If you want to know the best of managers, manager will sabi the cocoa, the innuendos of football. You go to Spain, you go to Italy, you go to Germany. They shish them, they work for there. In England, it's just hype. Lampard get that Chelsea up because of hype. Now my own opinion, if you vex, that's your problem. But he got that work because of hype. And I keep on saying it, Lampard keep on buying players. They buy player. I know it. Buying technical players. Lampard cannot handle technical players. He can't.
That's interesting because
he gets confused. Now my time. Now what did they do you now? He gets confused. So how many minutes I get?
He don't run them, but they give him.
He gets confused. What are you playing? You have Timo Werner. You have my boy, Harvis. You can't waste time, me.
Others are the fantastic.
Are you fucking kidding me? Who's fantastic? What did they call fantastic? You watch the game.
Him give assist when they say like Timo Werner miss out on like a couple of times.
You sat on your television, watch your decoder. Harvis never had a fantastic game. He was confused. You know why he was confused? He was played totally wrong. Harvis and Leverkusen normally he plays behind the striker, sometimes behind the wings. Harvis is special, generational. You give those players the free role, make them feel special. Make him feel special. How much you expect for a body buyer? He then give me that money, my generation will go poor again. Like he was that good. And Lampard can handle it. Lampard have winner right now. He get Harvis. Whenever was his year show. Ain't gonna get confused. Like, honestly, I didn't give Chelsea want to help yourself. Advice, sorry, before you go.
Oh, yeah.
You don't help yourself. You just go Germany. My boy club. RB Leipzig. Sorry, my boy club. I know we know the boy.
You got the clip.
Go collect Nagelsmann to help Chelsea. Otherwise, Lampard won't do shit at Chelsea.
You believe to same thing. You might get to you before I get to you, Mr. GQ. We get to Mr. GQ today.
No, I'm actually not necessarily. I don't think Lampard is the finished product as a manager. Certainly not. I don't think it's finished. The finished product. I think the second season, when you spend money, obviously, there's always going to be a lot of demand on you. But the problem we have is, and he's an interesting talking point, and would be rightly so when you cost £80 million. The problem is when you bring a player like Havertz. If I asked every single person on this couch, sofa, what Havertz is a specialist at doing, they probably would give me two answers. You know, when I spend 80 million on a player, what I want to see is what is the one thing you can wake him up at night and he would do. You know, you wake Ronaldo up from sleep at night, he'll score goals. You know, Lukaku will score goals. You think Messi, you know, he would give you what he would give you. Kevin De Bruyne assist and 8 over 10 performances. With Havertz, there's just so much we think he can do. Oh, he's a great assister, he's a generational talent like he's mentioned. But what's the one thing he's a king at? And it's the same problem with Paul Pogba at United. You know, he can do so many things, but what's the one thing?
So jack of all trades, master of none.
When you spend £80 million, you want to have a specialist at something. I don't find that. Yeah.
I like that you said that, because the question I'm going to throw at you, Namdi, at this. It feels manager problem. It feels personnel problem. For you, do you think Lampard is the guy to carry it across, put it together? And if not, how soon do you think they will sack him?
Okay, so here's what I think. I think Chelsea is a glamour club. Has been since Roman Abramovich took over. I say a glamour club in the sense that it's been buy to win ever since he took over. When was that? 2004. Right? So because of that, Chelsea have had either you have a manager who's a hit or a manager who misses the target, right? When you think about Di Matteo, you think about what's his name, Andre Villas-Boas, the Portuguese, right? These are managers who at the time looked like they might be a good fit. Di Matteo was a stopgap, but then he won the Champions League. But then it turned out that, as we now know, since we haven't seen him do anything major since then, that he wasn't really what Chelsea wanted, which is a winner, right? Now with Lampard, let me tell you what I think about Lampard. Think about Lampard as a player. It's interesting that you're mentioning you want to pay that much money and see what's your specialty. Lampard was special at making the simple look extraordinary.
Right.
And in the process, making you think him extraordinary because he did the simple so extraordinarily. What could Lampard do? He knew how to whack a shot. And he knew how to run. Lampard made running look like something that nobody else could do, because he arrived late in the box. He found space outside the box to take a long shot. He was that sort of player who you would wonder for a second, why is this guy so highly rated?
Yeah.
But then his numbers, his stats will prove you wrong.
200 goals plus.
So I think he's approached management with the same idea. Listen, if I work as hard as I possibly can, I study as much as I possibly can, I'm watching film, and I have all the right players, eventually everything must gel. But in this management game today, at the highest level, you need to have a little bit of what the French call je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
You need that little
What do you talk again? Call him again. I've not gone to French before, bro.
You know, say Arsenal are French players.
Why go to
So we learn from
technicality?
them.
No, I love this. I mean, look,
love English, bro.
Nani makes a brilliant point.
Yeah.
Well,
And it just reminded me of something I was telling a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. Chelsea are constantly trying to change the natural identity of the club, you know, and look,
But does Chelsea have
obviously
a
this is
natural
just 2 games in, so
identity?
can I come in there?
Yeah, right
Talking
before
about
you come in
identity.
there, notice that Chelsea that we know is they win, like you said, hit and miss.
Yeah.
So what are they trying to change?
So what?
What is the natural
I'll let you go. The Chelsea identity is, look, for 10, 15 years, Chelsea were the club with the scourge of European football. You know, if you met Chelsea, they were going to bully you off the pitch.
Okay.
You know, this conscious transition, and every time they've done it, in my opinion, has failed. You know, Villas-Boas, Di Matteo, every time they've wanted to leave the powerful, strong, physical, yet technical, brilliant and efficient team and go for the more silky, you know, let's be a bit more flamboyant. There's Kai Havertz here, let's bring in Juan Mata, which is a great player, I love him. it hasn't been a sustained level of success. So every time they switch back to say an Antonio Conte or Gus Hiddink, more traditional, more unconventional, just get the job done, they find success again. And I think that you've got to take pride in that legacy, and that's what Sarri did. Sarri obviously won the Europa League, but it's always this short-lived success, and that's just the problem with Chelsea, in my opinion.
Okay, from one London club, we'll switch up to another London club, probably the club that people feel should be the pride of England in just a little bit. If you feel like what they just said about Lampard or Chelsea or the boys that play for Chelsea or Lampard, if you feel like what the talk makes sense, just run to the comment section and, drop your thoughts and let it flow. And now we flow into Arteta, aka the man of the hour, aka back to back is a hit.
Spanish Jesus.
I don't know whether he said that Spanish Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
That's what I called it, Spanish Jesus.
I like it.
From the one, you don't know me. I bragged about Arteta from the one. Go check.
That is true, actually.
No, from the one. When I was happening, I didn't mad.
But that's not because you don't like Emery right from time.
It's not. See, make I tell you something. Emery, I'm spiritual. Like I saw the future about Emery. From the day one, I was actually on radio that day when you appointed on Emery. I nearly crazed that day. I decreased every day. But that day was
almost enter market.
I can't even get the market. It was crazy because I never wanted Emery. Okay. Never, because I see in history for PSG, Emery is an egoistic manager. Like I talk for you, I can't.
No, you know we talk and say Emery egoistic.
No, egoistic in the sense is he wants to be in charge, but he doesn't know how to be in charge.
Okay.
Confused.
Okay, now the question to you is, because you bring him out, although I don't see any reason why I say Emery could be that guy, because I feel like that guy was a pussy guy.
Let's leave Emery alone.
No, but what was different? What was different
between what?
Between Emery and what Arteta is doing now?
It's
what
obvious.
is working for Arteta right now for Arsenal?
What's working? Arteta, he has three. When he came, he has three identities when he came in.
Okay.
One is respect.
Okay.
Respect, not just respect him. Respect the team. If you don't go respect the team, you don't go do my team. 2, identity. And 3, know the club you're playing for. No say Arsenal a big club. If you know say Arsenal a big club, no come. He kept on saying it. Say, I don't go beg any player to come to sign for my club. If not say Arsenal big, don't come. You know why? He knew the levels of Arsenal because he captained Arsenal. And let me talk about Arsenal. Like Arteta, don't they groom him from small, talking about Arsene Wenger to take over. Arsenal paid for his badges when he retired. Arsenal paid for his badges, and they give you exclusive. Don't make me play you too much. Paid for his badges. You get. So when Wenger still there, he comes the opportunity to go meet Pep Guardiola. He went because Wenger is a man. Wenger are those. There are few men. They call them the wise men that knows how to see the future. Then they go say, Alpha, are you too much? We go see something in you. And Arteta came to Arsenal. Arsene Wenger used to call him one of his best captains. That's him. Arsene Wenger had captains like Patrick Vieira. We'll say Arteta is one of his best captains. He means something. He can control the squad. And when he came in,
it's so crazy. I'm sorry to cut you off. But I didn't buy into the Arteta project for a very long time.
You don't see the future, my brother.
Like I didn't buy into the Arteta
you don't see the future
until FA Cup land.
See. What we don't understand is FA Cup, nobody waiting change Arteta. FA Cup was just a plus. When Arteta came in, see, people don't look at expression. I'm not the finest of guy, but I'm the finest when it comes to like looking at people. Arsenal changed. The players start playing. The players love playing. The players became happy. If you're not happy for this life, you're not going to dominate. The players die different. They were happy. Joy, like Whiskey song. Joy, nothing but joy.
I beg.
So joy, it was totally different. He came in. I know they're not about Arteta. See, when players see person with Sabi, they go follow the person with Sabi. It's very obvious. Pep Guardiola might be this, might be that, but he has one thing: don't play for me. We don't have to be friends. Not be friends with me.
So basically,
do your job.
That's what Arteta is.
That's what he's doing.
Hold the thought.
Right.
No, my thought.
I did come somewhere.
Yeah,
well, first of all, because I know you like the study strategies, right? Arsenal, they don't move from different kind of strategies from 4-4-2 to 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
They don't play around with 3-5-2.
3-4-2.
Yeah. So far so good. Initially last season before the corona, everybody said the guy too they tweak things up. Why too much touch? But right now, you feel like, say, Arsenal don't finally get a formula with kind of personnel they get. Because some people say they don't get squad depth, but at least for strategy, do they have something going? Don't forget saying in less than 10 days that they go to face Liverpool for the first time this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nnamdi would have maybe a better insight as to this, but I honestly.
I don't get inside. Just talk. I don't get inside.
Look,
the last time I went to Nnamdi, that you agree with Nnamdi. I don't talk for like 1 minute. I don't get inside too. Like, you don't follow me. I will be guys.
You big thing.
So
He's trying to sub me. I'll sub him back.
So I honestly believe the first thing that's come in and done is we're too easy to face, you know, and you could be the biggest attacking team in the world. If teams enjoy playing you, that is a problem. You know, every time Chordini played Arsenal,
Don't look at me. Look at
he wanted to have he enjoyed it. You know, it was like a good trip.
Yeah.
And you've got to erase that. So first thing is, let's make ourselves hard to beat. I don't care about how important an attacking player you are, but you have to take priority or take pride, you know, in a sense, in keeping clean sheets. And I think that's the foundation of everything is done. From there, when you have quality players like Aubameyang and you've got Ceballos, you've got Lacazette, their talent will always show in a structured environment, you know. So for me, that's managers are given a lot of credits, and rightly so, for the big calls and the bad calls. But honestly, once you build a base where everybody knows that we cannot leak goals, it is unacceptable to be conceding 4 goals in a game, 3 goals in a game, then it's easy for talented players to work in that environment. So if Aubameyang does what he does, he knows that at the back we keep it tight and I'll score a goal and win the game. It's easier that way.
Quick one, Nnamdi. Arsenal now the contenders, the dark horse for like the Premier League title this season.
If you just allow me to just say something before.
No, say something. We are not giving up on you.
Yeah. So just to follow on from that thread.
See what it's doing there.
The idea that I have about Arteta is that my guy is tactically sound, right? So I always got the sense with Emery that he was constantly confused. Even when, you know, at the beginning when he came in, we're getting a few good results. Went on that long run, like
22 games without
I like that. Emery ball.
But in that period, you still got the sense that around the 65th minute, Emery is panicking.
Exactly.
I need to change something. I don't know what. It's just like, you know, you're making a soup and you're making a goosey, and at some point, it's just like, more.
You'll put
mushroom. Ginger.
That's the best. So I like mushroom.
You understand? You'll put mushroom, whatever. I got that sense with Emery. But with Arteta, it always feels as though he's worked out the strategy, right? And you can tell what school he went to. He went to the Pep School of Football. Pep has plan A, B, C, D,
that I don't agree
E.
with, but
I don't care about the Pep fraud hecklers. That's none of my business. Pep is a genius. Let's not insult.
See, Arteta is in secondary school. Pep is PhD.
Well, his football has been more anti-Pep than Pep.
No, but that's because of the resources he's working with. So Pep always, at any time, and that's the one thing you can say against Pep, he surrounds himself with a certain kind of footballer.
Intelligent people.
Do you understand? So, but Arteta doesn't have those kind of resources.
That's the reason he hasn't.
But if you see the changes he makes, just take the last game for instance. He noticed that Lacazette, which happens late games. I'm not a football manager, so this is just my personal insight. Lacazette started to look like he was tiring. He wasn't making the right runs. You brought in Eddie. I saw Eddie in Ketia and I'm like, oh my goodness, what are you trying to do here? Who is Eddie? But Eddie makes runs. Eddie finds himself in the right position. Eddie, regardless of how much quality he has, he's that kind of fox in the box striker. And if you look at his movement for the goal, they analyze it afterwards. It wasn't just that he got in the right place. It was the way he bent his run to stay on side. Do you understand? And Arteta has a sense in advance of how he wants to play, who he wants to play where. Even when he's playing defensively, the shape is quite clearly laid out. Emery didn't always have that knack, and I think that's the big difference.
I think Arteta comes in with a lot of respect, and when you have the kind of capital that Arteta has coming into the club,
that's his like in terms of emotional
capital, you know, connection with the club. You can be a bit more money. No, you can be a bit more. You can be a bit more.
Arsenal will never give money, so don't worry about capital.
When you have what Arteta has, and the same thing Ole has as well, you can invest, you can push people around, and they cannot talk back at you because you've just got a great goodwill following you. So I think Emery did not have that.
He didn't.
Okay.
Especially after the year he came with PSG.
I don't know why we're trying to touch Emery or Pierre. Emery's whack.
Finally, as Arsenal a contender for the title,
right?
No.
No.
We're a contender for fourth place.
For fourth
Let's
place.
keep it real.
So can I get an exclusive?
Yeah.
I'm not beat by Arsenal anyway. Arsenal win the Premier League
Okay, I like that.
at the end of the season.
Love it.
I like
Good
that
they talk
call.
am.
I like that
Love it.
call.
When
See,
don't know, give me.
should this happen the way Buchi has said or the way Namdi has
Arsenal
said,
win league.
you know what? Top 4, Namdi, Arsenal go
Did they
win.
Arsenal wins the
See,
league?
did they
I'm
win
not
the
doing this
league?
show.
Maybe manage Europa Cup.
See, we will bring either of them back, whoever gets it right. And you know what? We're going to trade bash, we're going to drink beer and let it be. If you have other opportunities to talk about this, or you want other opportunities to talk about this, just go on the comments and drop your thoughts because we're about to travel all over to Spain. La Liga, La Liga, La Liga. Don't go anywhere. Bye.